What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with some Destiny 2 Forsaken stuff to talk about. So we're going to talk about a bounty that leads you to a kind of hidden mini-quest, and this includes a hidden strike in the Dreaming City, potentially linked to the raid. We're also going to take a look at some stuff that comes from the raid, the encounters we'll see in this raid, as well as raid exotics. And then we're going to speak about some returning gear from Destiny 1. Do you guys remember the Supremacy Sniper? The OG Queen's Wrath Sniper, that's actually back in the game, as well as a couple of other things. We're going to talk about Taken Armor, some tricks for Infusion, as well as some of the secrets in the Dreaming City. Definitely some stuff I think you guys will be excited to take a look at, so if you do enjoy this video, a rating below is super appreciated. Before we get into the video though, this one is brought to you by my friends over at Gamerlink, who have a fantastic LFG and clan app for Android and iOS, so you can use the app to look for players for Destiny 2, kind of like a traditional LFG, find folks to jump into raids with, nightfalls, whatever it may be. On top of this though, it has some really good tools to build persistent teams, but if you're looking for folks to jump into the blind well with, any of the new nightfalls, or indeed the raid when it actually drops, then absolutely I recommend that you check out Gamerlink, plus you'll get an awesome Houndish badge for your account on the app if you sign up using my link below, so check that out if you're interested. But now let's get into the content for this video. We've spoken about a bunch of stuff over the past couple of days, including how you can get the second subclass upgrade. And this of course relies on the blind well inside of the Dreaming City. I'll link that video down below, as well as a video with a guide to the Ascendant challenge in the Dreaming City this week. But of course Dreaming City is pretty huge, and there are even more secrets around the corner. So we've got one right here potentially. One of Petra's pursuits, one of the weekly bounties this week, will give you an item called the Offering to the Oracle. And to get this, you need to complete blind well completions. You can see as well that it requires 40 dark fragments, so it's pretty expensive. But what on earth is the Offering to the Oracle? Well, it's an item you'll get when you complete this bounty, and you'll actually need to take the item back to the Oracle inside of the Dreaming City if you can pick it up. Brief warning though, make sure your consumables tab has some space when you turn in the bounty. Been quite a few reports that folks with full inventories have not been getting the consumable in the Postmaster and essentially are losing it for the week, so do bear that in mind. But if you can get the Oracle Offering when you turn it in, you'll actually get another bounty called the Purification Ritual. And the objective is to complete the strike, the Corrupted, while Ascendant. And you'll get a Transcendent Blessing mod right there, as well as a Dark Fragment, Baryon Bow, or Bow, however you say that, and Legendary Gear. Only problem is, the strike is not currently available, or nobody has currently found how to access the strike. So some folks think that it might be linked to the raid and it won't become available until the raid does. I think it's possible it could come up on a daily or weekly reset at some point, or indeed there would be a hidden trigger to actually get you into the Corrupted Strike. I should mention there is a pulse rifle you can get from this strike called the Horror's Least. This is essentially the Nightfall Strike exclusive. I do have a video about all of the new strike exclusive loot in Forsaken, which I'll link below. But yeah, I'd be curious to hear any theories you have on how we'll actually get the Corrupted Strike to pop up. Pretty interesting kind of hidden little quest objective here. There is the Wish Ender exotic bow, which hasn't been acquired yet. This is going to be a quest exotic. Obviously it's the bow themed around the Dreaming City, but I think this one could be a continuation of the Awoken Talisman quest at some point. According to the database though, and the badges section inside of the collections and triumphs in Destiny 2, we do see the 1000 voices, and it says source the Last Wish raid. So I guess that confirms 1000 voices is the raid exotic. Of course, Wish Ender could also be linked in some way, but inside of the collections in the database, you can see a bunch of gear for the raid. So spoiler alert, we'll take a very brief look right here. We can see multiple armor sets for all the classes, and a bunch of weapons and stuff like that. We can't see all of the bonuses for these just yet, but we do have other interesting weapons. So according to the database, the Supremacy will come from the Last Wish raid as well. And of course, this is the OG Queen's Wrath Sniper from back in Destiny 1, so it is coming back to the game. This time though, as a rapid-fire frame sniper. I believe it was a higher impact sniper originally. And like I said, it says this will come from Last Wish, as well as a couple of other old school styled Awoken weapons. So there'll be a couple of additional drops for us to get inside of the raid. This isn't related to the raid, but I should mention we have had the return of the Duke Mark 44 hand cannon. I don't know if this was ever a legendary back in D1. I believe it was actually a blue weapon. It did actually appear in the alpha gameplay, the original reveal of Destiny 1 as well. Someone was actually using the weapon. So it's back in D2, which is pretty cool. All we know so far is that it says open legendary engrams and earn rank up packages from factions. So I'll keep you guys posted if anything drops from that. Something pretty interesting to point out though, we can already get a look at all of the raid encounters. And this is actually in the Triumphs tab inside of the game. So you can see right here, Thunderstruck. Complete all raid encounters with the fire team made entirely of Arc subclasses. That's the specific triumph for the Hunter. But it gives away the encounters inside of the raid. So we have Kali, presumably a raid boss, Shuro Chi, Morgoth the Spire Keeper, and then it sounds like a mechanical encounter, Vault Infiltrated. The final encounter we have listed is Riven of 1,000 Voices Defeated. And obviously that links Riven to the 1,000 Voices. So it's going to be super interesting to see what the raid holds. Can't wait to start unlocking some of that armor. But moving away from raid stuff, let's talk more about the Dreaming City. So if you have a full set of the Dreaming City armor, for example, the Reverie Dawn armor for the Hunter, when you become Ascendant, you do actually get a Taken shader over the set of gear. So as you can see right here, you have that Taken visual, very similar to the armor we got back in D1 that was Taken styled. But yeah, just thought that was an interesting shout. Whenever you pop the Tincture of Queen's Foil with a full armor set on, you do get this cool visual effect. So I think that's pretty neat to take note of. Next though, I wanted to mention a trick for Infusion. So of course, Infusion costs have increased quite a bit. We now have to use planetary materials, which I've absolutely run out of, as well as Masterwork, Cores, and Legendary Shards. So Infusion is immensely expensive, but there is one little trick that's definitely worth bearing it in mind. So you can see I've got the Smuggler's Word right here. If I go down into my inventory, I have another one which is a higher level, and you can see because it's the same weapon, the only material cost will be Glimmer. So if you are infusing something that's actually the exact same thing, you no longer have the costs associated with it, apart from the Glimmer, of course. Obviously, this is only going to be useful in specific instances where you do have a duplicate, but it's definitely worth keeping your eyes open for duplicate drops that you can use for Infusion and save on a bunch of other materials. I wanted to speak a little bit more about secrets in the Dreaming City. So the area right here, the Confluence, it's actually kind of a hidden area that you can't see on the map. To get to it, you will see these Taken portals that you can jump to, and this is kind of like a shortcut matrix through the Dreaming City. It's pretty confusing. There are a lot of different kind of directions that you can go in. I think there are 3 portals that take you to other areas, but then there are additional portals that get you into the Confluence as well. And of course, like I said, this is where you'll find the Oracle engine. But yeah, it's definitely worth a quick explore. I'll try and make a guide if I can find out anything useful here. But there is a way to get to each of the main areas of Dreaming City by using this method. It's one of those where it starts out complicated, but then actually gives you some really good shortcuts to get to different spaces. So like I said, if you see any portals, try and head through. If you find your way to the Confluence, it's kind of a matrix point into all of the other areas in the Dreaming City. But as I mentioned, I'll keep you posted with any guides about this. Before we finish up the video, I wanted to talk about a new thing that Bungie are doing called Bungie Rewards. So this is a new rewards program. They say that it's built around Forsaken and linked to the Bungie store to give you more ways to celebrate, commemorate, and show off your in-game accomplishments. So they say any player who signs up by opting in and verifying their email and completes the Destiny 2 Forsaken campaign by the end of September will receive a free digital download of the Destiny 2 Forsaken soundtrack. They do say the special edition, which I believe you have to buy, does include a code for the Songs of Forsaken, which is a new in-game emblem. And they say as the Season of the Outlaw, that is Season 4 right now, rolls on, Bungie Rewards will offer additional collector's items to earn, acquire, and unlock that are uniquely crafted to commemorate various tiers of in-game achievements. So I just thought that that was a good quick shout for you guys. If you're curious about that, you can go and get the Forsaken soundtrack. There is a lot of pretty awesome music. Bungie say they will be rolling out other things throughout the season to kind of keep it interesting, different triumphs and things that you can actually benefit from and get in-game rewards, which is pretty cool. For now though guys, that is going to summarize today's video. So loads of stuff to take a look at. That Oracle engine bounty and the hidden strike, I guess we'll find out about those. What is clearly the raid exotic inside of Forsaken. Let me know what you think as well about some of that returning gear. That's going to be pretty cool. Or any awesome things you found in the Dreaming City so far. For now though, I appreciate you tuning in as always guys. If you've enjoyed the video, a rating below is super appreciated. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe to see a lot more D2 content. Also remember to check out my sponsor Gamerlink down in the description below. Really awesome clan and LFG app. For now though, I super appreciate you guys tuning in, and whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.